Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Please board quickly and safely. Our monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. This is episode 31 of ResortLoop.com. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
And boy, I don't know about where everyone else is, but here it is hot.
It's not Africa hot, though, Tim.
No, you're correct.
Where is it Africa hot?
Well, that would be Africa.
Yeah, that's where we're listened. We are being listened to in Africa now. Thank you.
Thank you to the continent of Africa and the people of Algeria.
Okay, we've got two more. That's all I'm asking for, two more. And one big one I want, Antarctica.
So if anybody knows anybody.
If anybody is stationed in Antarctica, freezing there, you know what's off. Take a listen to ResortLoop.com so we make it to. I don't even think the service we use gauges Antarctica, does it?
I don't even think it exists, to be honest.
Not on that service.
For the 24 people that are probably stationed down there.
And all those penguins. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, but if anybody's listening, send us a picture of you listening to us. That'd be fantastic.
Oh, that would be very cool.
Would that be cool?
Yeah. Shoot us some pictures. We'd love to put them up on the website. So, and real quick before we get started, Tim, you can never ever take a day off ever again because whenever I'm left to my devices, the audio is horrible.
Oh no!
Or you are the tech guru of ResortLoop.com, and oh my gosh,
I'm merely one man.
I apologize to everyone who happened to listen to episode 30. That was just I don't know what happened there, but. Please forgive me.
That was a good episode. I always enjoy hearing from your wife. Very lovely.
Well, when you could hear her, that was the problem with that audio. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. Come on.
No. Anyway, if I may, before we get started, I got some shout outs.
Please do.
I got Lynette Hera, I believe it's pronounced. She goes by L. Janes Hera on the Twitter. She says, really enjoyed the episodes with your kids. So cute.
Aw.
She's from Spring Creek, Nevada, and I appreciate that. And yeah, my kids are okay. I'll take them. I'll keep them.
Excellent. I got a quick one here from Judith on Twitter.
Hey, Judith.
Yeah. Hey, I think it's JLMomRN. She goes, new listener, like it.
Excellent. And, we've been following each other for a while on Twitter.
Yeah, yeah.
That's excellent.
She's one of our Run Disney people, I believe.
Yeah, yes. Got one from WDW Source on the Twitter. Says, hey guys, just started listening to the podcast. Very enjoyable, and I have subscribed. Keep up the good work. So thank you very much from WDW Source. That's
yes.
Very cool. Very cool.
Awesome. And then from 1 Minute Disney Dream, or 1 Min Disney Dream, says, great podcast, guys. How many fortnight are in a year? Well, after breaking out a piece of paper and a pencil.
Uh-oh, you did it.
I did it. It took a couple times because I was still doing the math wrong in that simple problem. I get 26.
26 fortnights. That still gives me a headache. Our new friend, Kelly Ortiz, she goes by, or he goes by, I'm not sure. Kelly's one of those names. I'm not sure. I apologize. Goes Disney Guru 79. Kelly says, checked out your site. Love the podcast. I am going to grab a glass of wine tonight and enjoy. Of course, I had to respond and said, thank you for the kind words, of course, and we appreciate Disney Guru 79 for listening. But I said, and yes, we do sound better with wine. So
we don't whine, but we sound better with wine. We
encourage alcoholism. We do not encourage alcoholism, but, a little bit of wine kind of does make us sound a little bit better. But Kelly says, no, you sound good without it, too. But that most definitely adds to the fun. So there you go.
Yes. Oh, no, real quickie I found. Yeah. Steve Bratton says, great podcast, guys. Nice to hear a local Dizcast. He's from Central Ohio, so we have another Ohio listener on board. Love it.
All right. Yeah. And then Matt Hawley threw out he's been with us for quite a while. Matt said that we both, he said, Resort Loop Bob, Resort Loop Tim, you owe it to yourself and your wives to do the chef's table at Victoria and Albert's. I surprised my wife with a trip there in January, and it was worth every penny. So there you go. You loved Victoria and Albert's, and so did Matt Hawley. So we got to jump all over that.
We need to go.
I'm not doing anything right now other than working by the way, everybody, just to let you know, I also am working a 10-day stretch just to get to that Disney vacation. So,
ouch.
Little sympathy for me is okay.
You know you're getting it from me. I felt that pain.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's okay. The 10 days only feel like 14. Feel like a fortnight.
Which, by the way, our buddy Terry Pritchard says, Fortnite, now that's a funny inside joke that will remain in your arsenal. We just can't help ourselves. We're going to beat that dead horse until there is nothing left.
That is true.
Of that joke. So. Oh, my goodness. So there you go. That's all I got for shout-outs for right now.
Awesome.
And, so what are we going to talk about today, Tim?
Well, today I thought this would be a good time to delve into how to handle the heat when you're touring the theme parks at Disney World.
Well, it's not hot down there, is it?
I don't know. I know it's hot here, Bob. And did I tell you, speaking of sympathy, our whole house air conditioner broke.
I know.
And needs replaced.
I am so sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope I heard the collective awe from our audience.
Yeah, that's that's rough, man.
So the wheels are in motion to replace it, but that's a hefty check to write.
That's going to be you better get back to work.
I know.
you got a big bill coming.
Yeah. Overtime. Anyway, so
that is a great topic. It gets hot down there right now. At almost 9 o'clock at night, it's still 81 degrees in Walt Disney World.
Right.
So, and you've been down there enough. It's not just hot; it is sticky hot.
And it's not just like normal hot. Like it's 81 degrees in the air, but that concrete's been soaking up the sun all day long.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a broiler on your feet and ankles, and that just radiates up all night long. Absolutely.
So, what would you recommend right out of the gate for people to do if they're planning a trip on Walt Disney World? Or to Walt Disney World? What is the number one thing that they got to do, in your opinion?
Number one, either have water delivered to your room or take water from home. Just the cases of water.
Absolutely.
And you can't have too much. I mean, if you think you're going to drink a whole case, take 2.
Yep.
Because till you buy a bottle of water in the park for $18, you could have had a whole case.
Isn't that the truth? And I tell you what, I see a lot of people go in without backpacks or any kind of water with them.
Mm-hmm.
I think, wow, I don't know how they're going to do it. I'm hoping that those people are just going in for a little bit and then coming back out and going back to their hotel. But definitely, you got to stay hydrated.
You just got to keep drinking. Anytime you go by a water fountain, get a drink if you can. Fill up your water bottle.
Absolutely. Now, this is something that you can do. It's just a little trick. Most of the resort rooms now have those mini fridges in them. They usually have that tiny little, and it's small. You can get maybe 2 bottles of water in that freezer section. And I recommend putting a couple of bottles in there, and those are your go-to water after you've had water from the regular bottles that have been in the refrigerator, because those will stay longer in your backpack or fanny pack or whatever you're carrying in. And then, of course, you can always go to any of the restaurants, any of the counter service restaurants, and say, hey, can I have a cup of ice? And they'll give you a cup of ice.
Yes.
And then you just dump that in your water and refill, like you said.
And if you don't like water, for whatever reason, you get those the little Crystal Light packets or the little the little Mio squeeze things.
Yes.
Shoot a little bit of flavor in there.
Yep, absolutely.
But try to avoid like what most people call it soda. I call it pop. The carbonated drinks, the lot heavy sugar. Those are worse. They just make you dehydrate faster, and they make you feel even more thirsty, I found.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That becomes an issue. if you're drinking anything that is dehydrating you, coffee or Coke or anything like that, and I know Coke's the soft drink company
right.
of Walt Disney World, but that's not going to do you any good in that kind of heat.
No, anything with caffeine when it's that hot,
right, is
a diuretic, and it's just, ugh.
Exactly. My number one tip for people, and it's not really a way to beat the heat, but it's a way to beat the sun, because I'll give you a little personal story of mine. Tim, you don't even know this. I haven't talked to you about this, so I had a little bit of a skin cancer scare here recently. Recently, just found a little something.
Oh,
went to the doctor. It's all good. Everything's fine.
You didn't tell me.
It was nothing. I know, but that's years and years, and I got a lot of sun damage to my face and my neck, and years of going outside, playing sports outside, golf and baseball, and going to Walt Disney World, of course, almost every year of my life, and in that Florida sun, not putting sunscreen on.
Right, you get that initial burn the first day you're there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's not enough to just put a little bit on. You gotta continually put that on throughout the day because you're sweating a lot of that off.
Right. Don't be shy with that stuff.
Exactly. And wear a hat. You gotta protect your head. So just because you don't want years from now,
right,
to run into scares like that, because it is scary. So make sure you sunscreen up. Don't wait to go and buy the stuff in the Disney stores down there, because
that is $18 a bottle.
Yeah, it's a wee bit expensive. So, you can pick up stuff wherever you're at. Take it with you. I know the airlines, they're a little bit crazy with some of the liquids that they allow you to take. So you might have to stop and pick something up on the way in between the airport and
get a high SPF.
Absolutely.
Don't get that 4 or 8. You got to go for like the 30, 45, something like that.
Yeah, nothing less than 30, really. And really, with the little kids, the babies especially, man, make sure that they have hats on.
Oh, I've seen little kids roasting. It's sad.
Yeah, and all it's going to do is make them unhappy. And as soon as they get burned, you're done. You're sitting in the room.
Yep, you have to sit in the air conditioning, and yep.
Right. So that's my number one tip. Make sure you definitely have some sunscreen on to beat that heat. So another one I have is salt. Now this is something, if you have any type of high blood pressure or anything, or any issues with salt, consult your doctor, of course. But the body needs salt. It needs that sodium. So maybe take a cracker or something in there, some salty pretzels or something, because you got to keep that salt content up a little bit as well. So
very cool.
That's just another one. So a couple of the health benefits there.
Can I throw another food thing out there?
Absolutely.
Now this one I learned, let me think, I believe it was the 1989 French Open. Michael Chang was playing Yvonne Lendl, and he was cramping up.
Oh, I remember that.
So he was chugging water and eating bananas, because the potassium in the bananas will help you avoid cramps and dehydration.
I did not know that.
Have a banana every morning before you go.
That's a great tip. Nice little breakfast, too.
Need a little breakfast, get a little potassium in you, help maybe avoid some cramping and dehydration, be good to go.
Very healthy. I like it.
Can't hurt.
Right.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
Little tip from Tim Scott and Michael Chang. And he came back to beat Yvonne Lendl, by the way.
Wow. See, those bananas help.
Yeah, and the underhand serve. But I'm going way back now. So anyway.
I'm sensing you like tennis.
I did.
A little bit.
Back in the day.
The other thing that to actually then beat the heat.
Yes.
One of my big tips to anybody that goes down there, and we didn't even really realize this until one time my daughter got a little bit sick. She wasn't feeling real well.
Mm-hmm.
They have first aid stations.
Yes.
Throughout the parks, which no matter what park you go to. And they are air conditioned. They have rocking chairs. The baby stations are specifically for kids. Women can nurse in them. They're air conditioned. It's just a very, very nice, comfortable break. So if your kids are starting to get a little bit like, I'm not feeling too good, it's a great place to go. The baby stations and the first aid stations. Nice place to cool off. You can get a little bit of help if you're feeling a little bit, headachy.
Mm-hmm.
You start to get that headache, and your body's telling you something.
Yeah, you're almost done.
Yeah. So get out of that heat. Go to check out. It's on your map. As soon as you get your map, see where those stations are, especially if you have little ones. We would go whenever the kids were starting to get a little bit cranky. We'd go over there and we'd just sit with them in a rocking chair and let them cool down. And they were nice and calm. Everything was calm. We tried to make it as calm as possible. As you know, the happiest place on earth can become the most miserable place on earth if you push the kids too hard.
If you can, get out of the park in the middle of the day. Just avoid the heat altogether.
Absolutely.
And we've talked about it before, taking the midday break, getting back to the hotel, getting some lunch, getting maybe a quick swim in.
Right. Which kind of goes back to our one of our tips a while back. Get there for rope drop.
Yes.
It's going to be coolest in the morning. And then at late at night, but that cool morning is gold in the Florida heat.
Yes.
So you get those first 3 or 4 hours in before that heat really starts pounding down, and then go back for a swim, go back to your room and take a little nap, or even just go get something to eat at one of the resort hotels.
That is a fantastic call.
Yeah. Now, how do you feel about, let me throw this out. How do you feel about Dole Whips?
A little piece of Hawaiian heaven.
I thought you might like the Dole Whip. That's, yeah. You got to cool down that core. You want to cool down your body core, So if you're not a Dole Whip fan, they got, all kinds of milkshakes and smoothies. And
they got that new citrus swirl.
What'd you call me?
You heard me. You heard me. I'm sorry I had to break out that kind of language on the show. This is family friendly.
Where is that at?
Oh, that's they're on the other side of the Aladdin's Flying Carpets.
Oh,
what is that? The tropical, the Sunshine Tree Terrace.
There you go.
Well, I just Googled it. I'm not really that bright, but that's they started serving those again. I haven't been there since they've done that. So
Google is your friend.
Oh, it is. The citrus swirl is the orange slush with vanilla soft serve ice cream.
Ooh.
And it's a bargain. It's like $3.19. Hello.
Wow. Man, that's pretty cheap.
Oh, apparently if you get the Orange Bird souvenir cup, it's $6.99. But still. I went for a smoothie at McDonald's today, and it was $3. And it wasn't any good, was it? Yeah. I'm sorry.
We don't know if McDonald's ever wants to sponsor the show, so let's just go with
it was all right.
It is all right.
Anyway. I'm pro Dole Whip. I've not done the float. I've only done the actual Dole Whip.
Yeah, I like that. You had mentioned those little packets of lemonade or drink mix or anything like that.
I love those.
I think even Gatorade does a little mix.
Okay.
Those little packets. So you could dump some of that in there, build up those electrolytes,
What? Well, now I got to Google something else. Give me a second.
I'm the medical expert here. I am the shade tree. I can't spell it. Don't ask me to spell. Jeez, it's like doing math. I'm not in school, man.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
But you want to build up those electrolytes. So, let me throw out another thing that we have done is, and you've seen these. You know those little spray bottles with the fan on it?
I have seen those.
They sell those pieces. Just go and buy them at Disney. Buy them at Disney for almost $25. Or go down to a Walmart or a Dollar General or something like that, Family Dollar, whatever you got in your area, and you can get them for like $4 and just take them with you.
That's a good call. Load it the night before in the fridge.
Oh my gosh. It is fantastic. You just fill that up with some ice cold water and carry that around. You got the fan, you got the mist, and it costs you $4 as opposed to $25 at Disney.
Right, and if it breaks or you lose it, you're not all upset about it.
Yeah, you're going to have whatever, So, yeah, compared to the rest of your trip, that's a nothing. So, just throwing that out there.
That's awesome. Here's another tip to avoid the heat altogether. Schedule your sit-down lunch like right in the middle of the day. If you can get your ADR for like 1 or 2 o'clock, just get out of the heat, have a nice sit-down, let the people serve you.
I love that idea.
Take your big, long meal in the middle of the day. Don't be in any rush. Get dessert.
Well, and I will tell you this. I am a big fan of either an early lunch or a late lunch.
Right.
Preferably the late lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're one of those folks that this is it. This is your one and only Disney trip.
Right.
And there is no way you're leaving that park.
You're not leaving.
The room.
Right.
You're not leaving because you're not coming back here for another 5-6 years.
And you're getting your money's worth.
Exactly. Or you're staying off property. You're saying, look, I'm not driving a half an hour back to my room over on 192 or International Drive. I'm staying here.
Right.
Like you said, get that nice sit down where you're in air conditioning and start to hit the shows that are inside, hit the rides that are inside air conditioning. Space Mountain, the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor.
Yes.
Great place. One of my favorites is Carousel of Progress.
That's awesome. Good air in there too.
And there's never a crowd. And I hear that they just fixed the lighting system there, so I can't wait to check that out. It is one of my favorite rides. I like going to Carousel of Progress.
I'm that way with the Country Bears.
Country Bears is another one, yeah.
You got the Tiki Room.
Exactly.
Save all the shows for the middle of the day.
Now, if you're over at the studios, don't do Beauty and the Beast in the middle of the day.
Oh, those poor performers!
Because you're out there in that sun. I think they have some canopies there, but it's not enough. You're still out in the heat. You're not inside. But Mickey's PhilharMagic or just hanging out in the Land Pavilion is fantastic.
Oh, you can kill a couple hours in there with no problem.
Easily. Go over and ride Figment, for goodness sakes. That at least is inside.
And there'll be no line, so that helps get right inside where the air is.
Exactly. Sadly, there's never a line for Figment. I wish that they would do something with Figment to help the little guy out, but
yeah.
So yeah, I think that if you can do Walt Disney World in the heat of the summer, obviously you can because people do. That's when they vacation the most.
Yes.
So. What else you got? What else is a good tip for people?
Well, I know I'm thinking of the Magic Kingdom. If you can get inside, just hit some shops in the middle of the day. Because, the one side of Main Street, what would that be? The west side, all the shops are connected. So you walk in one side, walk all the way down, do a little bit of shopping, because they'll send all the stuff back to the room, so you don't have to carry it.
That's right. Yeah. Yep.
So just walking in air conditioning can really cool you down. And, by the time you get out on the other side, you're a little refreshed, and you can get on to... head towards your next attraction.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Or even you could take that trip to downtown Disney. All of those shops, just about all of them are all tied together now.
Yes.
From the World of Disney store, and you can just spend the whole day in air conditioning if it's really hot. So.
Or it's just a quick jaunt from store to store. You're not outside for more than 20-30 seconds maybe till you get to the next store.
Yeah.
So that's tolerable.
Oh yeah, easily. Yeah, that's a great idea.
I'll tell you what we do sometimes in the middle of the day. Now, we haven't talked about this yet. I'm going to use a word here that only Disney podcasts use.
Okay, let me get ready to Google. Hang on.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
2 words. Off property. I said it.
All right. You know what? It's over. I'm done. I'm out.
Packing it in. We made it to 31. We're out.
You know what? I talked you up so much on the last show about you're a Disney purist, and now you're going off property on me? Oh, my goodness.
Well, here's the thing. Just outside, there's lots of factory stores and outlet malls. Yeah. We'll take that core hot time of the day from like maybe 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 and hit some of those. We got some standards we like to hit.
Absolutely.
I like to hit the occasional Polo store, the Nike outlet stores, Nike factory outlet stores.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's some deals, sometimes they're not, but
And since I threw out a little bit of personal information on myself, I'm going to dime you out and say, you, sir, need special shoes. So sometimes that are only available at an outlet store because they are. What size shoe do you wear?
Now I usually need the size 15, like the extra wide, so it's like freakishly large. However, I guess kids nowadays are having like large feet, so I was like way ahead of the time curve on that one. That is much easier to find now. I know because you can just you go to your computer, you can find whatever you want at like Foot Locker, the Nike store.
Right. Yeah. I mean, back in the day, that was your only option.
Back in the day. I'm going back to 1989 now. I'm going back to like the French Open. I had to get a pair of tennis shoes. I had to go to a local store and order them from Nike for $120.
Oh my gosh!
Because I needed like good shoes.
Yeah.
But there was no sales then. If you wanted them, you ordered them. They came in.
Right.
So that's what I did. That's what I had to do.
There was no Google and coupon for Nike.
No.
Yes.
And you had to send away for like the catalog in the mail. So they'd send you like this 1/4-inch, nice catalog that you'd pick. It had model numbers in there, and so I walked that into this local store, pointed to that. They did whatever and ordered it.
Now I know we've got a lot of young listeners.
Yes.
Catalogs were what you get on your internet now, only in the mail. The mailman, the guy in the blue suit that comes around dropping and it would be a big thick book, like a magazine.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a catalog. So
and then you had to hope they fit. So I ordered the normal size, and it turned out it was fine. So.
And I apologize. I'm being kind of a smart aleck, but Tim and I work with a lot of young people that we have to explain a lot of things to them, like who the Beatles were. So,
that's right. The Who?
Yeah, they were pretty good too.
Yeah, they weren't too bad.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah. So and I'm not going to say any more about your shoe size.
Oh, thank you. But back in the day,
yes,
when there was only like actually one, I don't know if I should say the brand, Nike outlet down there at that point. It's still there. But I got 3 pairs of their top of the line tennis shoes back in the day for like $29 a pair. So I bought 3 pairs.
Wow.
But see, they were there because they were that freakishly large size, 15.
Wow.
Yes.
That's what we had to do.
Yep.
Back then, that's how because like you said, there was no internet to have this stuff delivered. Oh, well, these shoes are worn out. I'll just order another pair.
Right.
You either had to have them with you or wait until the next time you got to a major outlet mall like that, which at that time we didn't have any around here. So.
Right. And I will say, be careful because a lot of the things there that they say they're outlet malls are just factory stores. So they're the same prices you would probably pay at home.
Right.
Now, if you're international, maybe that's a whole different thing. I don't have any idea about that, but I know a lot of the things that you see down there are the same prices they would be at home.
Right.
But if you know what you're looking for, what your prices are, you're good to go.
There you go. We went off on a little tangent there.
We did.
Shopping. But that's okay.
That's what we do.
Did you hit the tangent, man?
Well, hang on. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that's better.
I heard that for a while.
We're just going off on tangents, not even letting anybody know anymore. We're just doing our own thing. One other two things. There's 2 more things that I have, and then I'm off my touring plan for when it's hot outside.
All right.
Number 1, be careful of those water rides. Everybody says, "Oh, go on the water ride. Go on the water ride." Well, there is nothing worse than being soaking wet.
Yes.
In that kind of heat.
I concur. Do you know why? I'm sure you know why.
Because you don't dry off.
Exactly. When it's 180% humidity, you never dry.
You never dry.
Even when you get back to your room and you hang it up, the stuff never dries.
It doesn't dry. And I'm sorry, I know they say cotton breathes, and I love the cotton growers of the United States of America down south.
We salute you.
cotton does not breathe, and you need to get it. I mean, really think about getting some of that sport athletic apparel that does wick away the moisture from your body.
The dry fits.
And exactly, because there's nothing more uncomfortable than being uncomfortable in that kind of heat. And when you get wet, you're going to be uncomfortable.
I will say Gold Bond medicated powder is your friend.
Oh. Chafing is no fun, my friend.
No. Keep that in your camera bag. That's all I'm going to say.
It's no fun. No. They could probably sell that stuff for $100 a jar.
I swear, I look like not Linus,
Pigpen.
Pigpen walking around. There's white talc flying all around me. I look like the Yeti's escaped. Look, he does move. The Yeti does move.
He's working. Oh, geez, that's horrible.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't picture any of that.
Too late. There's those big feet and dust everywhere. Oh, my God. Anyway.
Joe already got him working. It's a miracle.
Oh, my goodness. Well, this is the end of the show. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Sorry, you had another one, I think.
My last and final one, and then I'll shut up, is, and this one, believe it or not, my son and I were in scouting. And they loved anybody who's in scouting. Believe me, when I tell you, I love the Scouts. Okay, I am a huge proponent of scouting all over the world, and I think it's a great organization. However, scouting tortures us by making us do the winter campout. I do. Even though we live in Northeast Ohio, I hate the cold with a passion.
Yes, I can tolerate the heat.
Absolutely.
Cold I loathe.
And we found these great little things now that they sell everywhere. The hand warmers. They're those chemical packs.
Yes.
That all you got to do is squeeze them a few times and they heat up and they get nice and warm and they keep your hands warm. And you could throw a couple of them in your boots and they'll keep your feet warm. Well, guess what? They have those as cold packs too.
What?
Yes, I'll say it again. I don't think you heard me. They have them as cold packs too. So you can get, throw a few of those in your backpack. If it gets just unbearably hot and you happen to be stuck in a line, a queue, and your kids are getting uncomfortable, break out the cold packs, those ice packs, and get that chemical reaction working and just put them on their back of their necks. They'll cool down real quick.
Why are they not selling those down there?
I have a feeling that's going to start happening.
Let's throw our logo on those and start selling those.
I'm telling you, I'm going down to the local sporting goods store before we leave, and I'm buying a few of those.
Yes.
Just to have
oh
them
my
back.
gosh.
They don't get wet. They don't. I mean, I'm sure they sweat from.
Do you hear
heat,
angels singing?
But wait, listen.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
I didn't know you had that sound effect. That's nice. But that's a biggie, and keep that one to yourself. Don't tell anybody.
No.
You'll be nice and cool, standing, having the good time, laughing. Everybody else will be hot and miserable. So there you go.
That is outstanding.
So that's all I got.
Oh, do you happen to have a sweepstakes this week?
Oh, jeez.
I want more. I want more.
Oh. I gave you the cold pack, for goodness sakes.
I'm running out right after we record this.
I do have a sweepstakes.
Yeah, because my air's out. I could use some cold packs.
You're going to have to just throw them on everybody's bed so they can sleep tonight. Yes. Anyway, this is already up on our website. It's already on Facebook. This is a great sweepstakes. I have done this now. It is so much fun. It's a fun sweepstakes, too. Disney Cruise Line. This is the Catch Stitch Disney Fantasy Sweepstakes. I know how much you love Stitch.
You know it.
But if Stitch can get you on a cruise ship,
I love him that much more.
Exactly. All the hate would go away. I
want the hate to go away.
So this is the grand prize is a 7-night Disney Cruise Line vacation. And the grand prize winner gets their choice of either an Eastern or Western Caribbean cruise, 7-night cruise out of Port Canaveral, Florida for 4 people aboard the new Disney Fantasy.
Wow.
So check that out. What it is you go on, you put your email in there and all that, you register, and then you play a little game. You have to catch Stitch. He's somewhere on the Fantasy, running around the Fantasy, and they give you a little kind of clue as to what he's doing, what trouble he's getting into, and then you have to pick out of 3 choices where he's at.
Okay.
And one of the one yesterday that I did said Stitch is he wants to be the star of the show. So where is he? And it gave you 3 of the shows that are shown on the Disney cruises.
Okay.
And which one is he on? And I chose the Disney's Believe show. So today when I logged on to check, well, did I? Because if you pick correctly, they give you like an extra entry.
Oh, okay.
I picked incorrectly.
Oh.
So he was actually, they're saying he was on the Disney's Aladdin show. So, but every day you can enter and have a little fun with Stitch on the cruise and learn a little bit of the cruise ships. So that's a pretty cool one. That is again the CatchStitchSweepstakes.com, and it is on our website and on our Facebook page. So check those out.
I love it.
All right. That's all I got now.
That's all you got? That's all I have.
Oh.
I think we'll wrap it up.
Excellent.
I'm Tim Scott. You can find me on Twitter at ResortLoop.Tim. You can join us on our website, ResortLoop.com.
And I'm Bob Collar on ResortLoop Bob on the Twitter. And don't forget our Facebook page. And check us out on iTunes. Give us a little rating on iTunes. We appreciate that.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to take my Gold Bond medicated powder and go get those cold packs and go up to my non-air conditioned house. Anyway,
I'm so sorry.
That's all right. It's all right. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody. I'll see you next time on ResortLoop.com, your gateway to the magic.
See you, everybody.
Chang there heads to try and get that liquid there, and he's had the banana, the potassium, we were talking about that before.
Awkward silence.
Hang on, let me let me grab another hot dog. Hang on 1 second here.
What? Hello?
What? I'm eating.
All right, let me get a drink.
Hydrate. Get yourself hydrated, my friend.
I don't want to cramp up in the middle of this. I need a banana.